Alright guys, we got cigar review. I don't really do cigar reviews, but only on special occasions, I guess. So I got a couple cigars from my brother-in-law who went to Mexico back in January. And we're taking a look at, what is this? Perla Del Mar Maduro by the J.C Newman company. So these are bought in Mexico. J.C Newman Cigar Company, as you can see, Perla Del Mar Maduro. Yeah. So look at nice. Looks like a nice oily Maduro wrapper. I mean, outside wrapper anyway. All right, so I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna cut it, and I'll bring you back when give it a taste. Back. Got my Ave Maria Lotus lighter. It's starting to, the leather, as you can see, is starting to come off of it. Whatever. Used up, so it's starting to fleck and stuff. I tried putting some, whatever it is, Vaseline, try to leather condition it, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna pair it with some bourbon. And I have not really eaten yet today, so this may knock me on my ass. Hope not. But thanks to my brother-in-law. Let's get into it, shall we? On the draw, leather, like almost like dark licorice type taste. Not licorice, but like a darker tobacco. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'd say this is more of a Robusto size. Trying to get this lit on around the edges in a nice circle so it'll, draw properly and have a nice long ash. Put this aside. We'll see. I'll just stick it here. Probably have to use it again anyway. Yeah, J.C. Newman. I think, isn't he like normally a machine type of? I'd have to look the company back up. I think it's more. I think they do a line of machine made tobaccos as well, cigars. But this is established in 1895, handmade. Obviously, this one is a regular cigar. So, but I believe J.C. Newman does do some machine. I always thought that. So I mean, I can't be wrong if I'm thinking that. That they do some machine-made stuff, like White Owl or something like that. I don't know. You know what I mean? Things that pair well with a good cigar. Bourbon, they go hand in hand together. Like, by smoking, it opens up your flavor profile, so then when you drink the bourbon, it tastes hell of a lot better. Because now I'm tasting the honey, I'm tasting the sweet, I'm tasting the peatiness of it, even though it's not made with peat, but it has that earthy thing going on there with it. And let's do the cigar. Like I said, I'm not a good cigar reviewer. I mean, I can tell if something is good or not. It's not tasting like an ashtray. With this one, the dry draw, yeah, had some good earthy tones there, and like I said, like a leather, and like a raisiny, that raisiny type of darky, figgy type of fruit thing going on there on the dry draw. Now, when it's lit, I'm getting cigar flavor. If you smoke the cigar, you know what a cigar flavor is. I mean, I'm sure there's guys. Plus, I'm outside. So you're always going to get something different inside room note and things like that compared to being outdoors. There's a cigar lounge not too far from me, about 25 minutes away. I want to check out eventually if I could ever break away and be able to enjoy a cigar in a lounge. But it's kind of hard with kids and stuff like that. It's just trying to figure out okay, if they close by 8. My kids aren't even in bed yet. My son anyway, so it's like it's hard to break away. But one day I'll get there. I'll check it out. It looks really nice. Nice leather seats. It's right on the water. Oh, it'd be nice in summertime. Summertime evenings. Sit out by the water and stuff as well. I think you can actually pull up there in your boat. So it seems really, really up the captain's alley. You know what I'm saying? And I miss the camaraderie. I mean, YouTube has been my camaraderie. But it's not the same when you're sitting around with a bunch of guys talking the world, and things, I miss that, If my local one was still here, I would be able to go in the mornings, before work, I used to do that. I would drop the kids off and then go have a smoke before work. That was fun, and then just go right to work right after. But yeah, I really, really miss it. But like I said, trying to get over there and stuff, it's hard. So far, it's good. Mexican, right from Mexico. Not that it's made in Mexico or anything, but it's from Mexico. Good draw. You never know with a cigar. You when I buy my Monte Cristos and stuff, every once in a while you get something that has a hard draw or a plug, and you gotta work at it. But and I found that even when you buy boxes of cigars, every once in a while you'll pull a plugged one. It happens. But thanks for coming along with me for this smoke. I don't know how long I'm gonna make this video. It's just me smoking. Yeah, it's just opens up your mouth, so that tastes really good, and I'm gonna have to really be careful because I could put down the bourbon. So not too much else going on the channel, as you can see. I mean, this is after my brew day, so a little victory cigar after brewing. So that video is going to come out first, obviously, before this. So you guys probably won't see this till Monday. Today's Saturday, February 22nd, I think. Yeah. Got up to about 40 degrees today. Or maybe 41. I don't know. In the sun, it was nice. But now there's no sun, obviously. It's clouding up. I got a winter hat on. See, double hoods. The wind is picking up, so I could use some gloves. It's crazy. I'm tired of this cold, man. I think the snow is finally done, though. I'm hoping and praying that it is. Well, we're supposed to get, of course, like the weekend, look, 40s. High 40s, maybe 46 tomorrow. And then the rest of the week, 50s, 55, beautiful, nice. And I'll be stuck at work, right? Hate it. I might try to get a couple hikes in this week with that nice weather before work, just in my local trail. That day, 2 weeks ago, when I did that video hiking, I lost my check tool in the woods. I don't even know how that happened. I had it on the last tamper. Excuse me, something in my eye. My last tamper at the end, on my second smoke towards the end of the hike, and I don't know what happened to it. I thought I put it back in my pocket, and somehow it slipped out. So it's still out there on the trail. Maybe I'll find it. I doubt it. But yeah, I do have another Chinese made or whatever yellow bowl cheapo check tool, pipe tool. But I like the little check tools. They're neat. They come in handy. I learned my lesson because I keep losing tampers and shit. So, I lost that nice Peterson one, I thought, but luckily it was on my front lawn, so now I got two. So I have a backup. And of course, my original is all dented and knocked up from falling on the deck here and things, because it's the way it is. So his pipe is not, Sherlock's pipe isn't like like this anymore. It's smushed to his face, and I don't want to take a tweezers or a pliers, because that metal is that pewter is so ginger that I'm afraid I'll just snap that pipe right off his mouth. So my original one was a real beauty. My wife bought it for me from my local smoke shop because I told her what I wanted, and she went in there and bought it for me. It was the same Peterson head, but it was a glass shank, glass spindle. That was really pretty. And of course, dropped it, shattered. That pissed me off so bad. But it is. I cannot. It's just the way things are. You're out here, get up, move, and it falls. I think what's happening is the smoke is blowing and it's blowing in my eye. Like when you're like a campfire. So it's making my eye weep. So with this wind, it's making, it's blowing back at me a little bit. It's getting up in my eye. But you can see, it's a nice burn. Not dry. I had a nice big Monte Cristo last night. Whew, that thing was big. It was a Churchill size, but the ring gauge is 54. It's almost like a 60-inch ring gauge. 54. 54 is pretty big to put in your mouth and hold it in there. I'm like this all night. I got this big thing in my mouth. Really good. I was really picking up some really good floral notes that I'd never smelled before last night, but it was so cold. I didn't even want to bother with a campfire because at first, when I started smoking, it was like 10 mile an hour winds, and out back here, I'm afraid, with the ground, even though it's been, cold and wet, I don't want to take any chances with any high wind blowing ash around. So I ex-nayed the fire and just went on the porch. And I was just, by the end of that stogie, I should have did a shorter one, more of a robusto size, because that was like almost close to a 2-hour smoke, and I was freezing by the end of it, like literally. So, yeah. Brew day went smooth. Happy to get that done. Like I was saying before, I don't know when I'm gonna bottom out this keg. Like any time now. I'm just waiting for it to go. The dreaded noise of having no beer. I guess I have to go to the store. I guess I don't know. Unless I wait. But it's a long wait. 2 weeks without having a beer. When I got this, I'm getting low on my bourbon now. I drink my bourbon so much that it's hard for me to buy, the higher end bourbons, the nicer ones, because I'll go through a bottle like that, and because the higher end bottles they're always small and they're always more money. So $30, $40, or even $50 for some of those, I could drink that in a week. It's no good. So if you really want to know, I'm drinking Evan Williams, and I always get the big, 175 liter one, the big one. I remember when I used to get that for $20. Oh my God! I mean, I'm sure in some of them southern states you can get bourbon and stuff real cheap. They sell it right, in the grocery stores and WalMarts and stuff, and they have sales. From watching the liquor reviews online and stuff. The one guy I always watch, he's down there in Louisiana, and the prices are crazy compared to here. I mean, I'm paying about, depending on where you go, 32, 28. It fluctuates from 26 all the way up to 32, depending on where I go, for that big bottle of Evan Williams. Yeah, so. Alright, I guess I'm going to finish this. I'm not going to bring it back and say, oh, how it was, or whatever. I mean, it is good. It's not too strong. I'm not feeling any type of discomfort in my stomach or anything for being a Maduro. Yeah. Perla Del Mar. Perla Del Mar. I can't. My Spanish is no good. So, guys, yeah, man, these are really going good here. So I'm gonna kick back and relax and try to keep warm. And until we do it again, my friends, remember, let's set sail.